Rule 24G, Subparagraph 1. As between two players, when both are following or both are meeting the ball. The player riding parallel to or at the lesser angle to the line of the ball has the right of way over the player riding at the greater angle to the line of the ball. Here, the player in the dark jersey and his opponent are both following the ball. The player in the dark jersey on the left has the line to his offside and approaches it at a lesser angle than his opponent on the right, who has the line on his near side. Dark reduces his angle faster than his opponent and does not have to cross the line to make a safe offside shot. His opponent crosses behind and appeals for an offside shot, which he has no right to.
Neither player has established himself on the line of the ball. Now, who has the right of way?
The player who approaches the line with it on his offside has the right of way only if he is at an equal or lesser angle to the line than his opponent. The player in the dark jersey comes from the near side of the line. However, he has the right of way in this play because his angle to the line is much less than his opponent in the light jersey, who comes in from a large angle and blocks Dark's safe access to the ball. Although the player on the near side may have the right to cross the line because he is approaching at a lesser angle than his opponent, this play is often mistakenly called in favor of the opponent, simply because he is approaching the line from the offside.
What I tell players in my clinics, if they're coming at the ball, their best bet is to come to the ball and then follow the right of way rather than going across the line with the ball.
Rule 24G, Subparagraph 2. As between two players when both are following or both are meeting the ball. In the rare case of two players on opposite sides of the line of the ball, riding at exactly equal angles to it, both players have the right of way up to the line until the angle of one to the line becomes less than the angle of the other.
If they're at equal angles and they go straight to the ball, the one who crosses the line first is the one who fouls.
In this case, the player with the line on the offside gains the right-of-way advantage by getting to the line early. Both players here approach the ball from nearly equal angles. The player in the light jersey crosses over the line from the near side into his opponent's offside lane and into his stroke. Light's opponent gets there more quickly and therefore controls the right-of-way. Foul on the light player.
Now the question's been asked, can the player from the near side flatten out on the right-of-way and take it on the offside? If he does so early enough, if he comes to the line first and then runs up the offside of the line, then he can take that offside play away from a player coming in at an angle.
Here, two players start at equal angles to the line. The player in the light jersey moves more quickly to the line and flattens out, but with excellent timing, his opponent in the dark jersey legally recaptures it. The light player clearly assumes the offside right-of-way first before the dark player moves to the right-of-way at all. But Dark pushes on and makes a clean, though firm right-off, moving his light opponent across both lanes and stealing the ball away on his near side. No foul on the dark player. In this example, two players are meeting the direction the ball is traveling at equal angles. Because both players are at equal angles to the line as they cross, and no other player has the right-of-way over them, it is no foul for either player to cross or for the player in the dark jersey to take a shot at the ball as he does so. Rule 24H. Two players, when, and only when, riding in the same direction on the line of the ball and simultaneously making a play against each other, have the right of way over a single player coming from any direction. Here, the player on the white pony fouls by crossing two players who are on the line of the ball and making a play on each other. This graphic further shows that the player approaching the ball from off the line, here the player on the black pony, could only have made this play safely if no other player had been nearer the right-of-way. This example demonstrates just how dangerous crossing the right-of-way of two oncoming players can be. As you just saw, number 3 in the dark jersey and his opponent in the light jersey turn up the new line of the ball. Dark number 3's teammate attempts to make a play in front of them both, causing him to foul twice. First, by crossing the right-of-way of two players, making a play against each other. Second, by riding dangerously. Contrary to popular opinion, it is possible to foul your own teammate. In this example, number 1 dark and number 1 light turn to follow a ball backed toward goal as the number 4 dark pushes to meet it. Although not yet on the line of the ball, dark number 1 and light number 1 are attempting a play against each other and are not anticipating the approach of the dark number 4 upper left. The number 4 dark player creates a dangerous situation in 2 ways: by crossing from the near side to meet the ball, and by meeting 2 players who are attempting to make a play against each other. Note dark's near collision with light as he meets the ball. Foul on dark.
If you are on the line of the ball, you have the right of way, provided that you are not meeting 2 players.
The player on the white pony approaching from the near side must give way to the 2 players following the ball who are making a play against each other. However, 2 players off the line must give way to any single player with the right of way. Although white and black are making a play on each other, they are off of the line and out of the right of way. The single player on the white pony turns to meet the ball and therefore has the right of way. He is fouled in this instance by the player on the black pony, who pushes his opponent across the right of way.
2 players who are off the line, if one of those players, usually the outside player, pushes the inside player across the line and into another player, an oncoming player's right away, whether that player be meeting it or following it, if he is pushed across that right of way to create a dangerous situation, then he generally fouls.
As in the previous graphic, the 2 players bumping and pushing each other are off the line and out of the right of way. Number 2 light fouls by pushing his opponent in the dark jersey across the line and into number 1 light's right of way. Note the position of the 2 players in the caution zone before the foul. Here is another example of the outside player pushing the inside player across a teammate's right of way. The player in the dark jersey backs the ball to his teammate, who quickly turns and assumes the right of way. The player in the light jersey fouls by coming from off the line and pushing the opponent in the dark jersey across his teammate's right of way. It is not necessarily illegal for 2 teammates to protect the right of way, as long as they do not create a dangerous situation. In this replay of a previous example, the player in the dark jersey has turned back to shield the near side right of way as his teammate downfield pulls back. This leaves the light player no access to the ball without crossing from the near side to the offside in front of his opponent. Foul on light. This play is occasionally referred to as the pick play. This example also demonstrates how a 3rd player may attempt to deny a player on the near side safe access to the ball. Once again, the dark and light players turn to follow the ball and are met by the dark player's teammate, who meets the light player as he's moving in for a legitimate near side play against the first dark player. Also, note the position in the danger zone of the 2nd dark player, who must cross from the near side to the offside at the last minute to meet the ball, and light's attempt to avoid a collision with him. Foul on dark.